just seen The Odyssey yesterday. Great movie. Very good movie. I liked Agamemnon, the character Agamemnon. He had a cool armor look. But that's not what this video is going to be about. It's not going to be about Greek mythology and Agamemnon. This is the weekly update. This is episode number 70. It's been a little while actually since I recorded the last video. That's how it is now. It's summer. My routine is just quite wacky, and I'm definitely feeling it. I don't want to make this video about me complaining, so I'm just going to keep that very short, and then we will get into some new exciting stuff. But I've just been not working that much, not creating that much content, not being very productive, and just scrolling a lot, which is not what I want. So I feel like I should do something different. I shouldn't do that. Very simple math there. So that's what I'm going to try to do right now, or moving forward. I have just booked a meeting with the Indian guy, which I've been talking about. We're gonna hopefully have a call tomorrow. And I just continued with doing a bit of challenging stuff. Been feeling a bit of a rise of my baseline anxiety levels. So it's very good that I keep challenging myself, because when I lose control or when I lose my habits, I'm a bit of a neurotic person genetically, and just have tried to build myself out of that with a lot of habits and just growing up a bit, which I've come quite a long way on that. But if I let go of all of that, if I let go of my habits, my routines, and just become a bit lazy, I feel myself going back to that state, which maybe is my natural baseline neuroticism, but I don't like it, so I will try to keep away from that. Not that it's any danger, and not that it's something new. I just feel like I should be working in not that direction. As you probably can hear, I'm a bit tired. What have I done today? Not an insane amount of stuff. I feel like my time just goes so fast without them really getting that much actually done. And my routine now in the summer is very relaxed, and to be honest, I don't completely like it. I get a bit feel bad that I'm too soft on myself maybe, but I don't have any specific time that I wake up. Today I cleaned this car for like 2 hours, so it's very clean now. I then actually sailed a bit today. An old friend called me and asked me if I wanted to sail, which I happily applied to that. I'm for sure want to sail, and you get me. It's a blessing to be able to go out on a boat on the sea and just enjoy that. And then I ate, and then I've been a bit productive now in the evening. But besides that evening, I'm not very productive, and it's so weird. I find it so much easier to work at night. Like, it should be the opposite. I should be tired now, but I just find it that I get so much clarity in the evening and become so much more creative and just enjoy the work way more, which I don't like, because I would like it to be the opposite, that I do that the whole day and then I become a bit that I don't want to work in the evening, so I relax. But now it's the complete opposite. I don't want to work in the day, so then I work at night, and I really enjoy it. So my bedtime just keeps pushing farther and farther back. One more thing which actually happened late at night, I think it was not yesterday but the day before that, I was quite anxious, quite stressed. I was up quite late. I couldn't fall asleep. I fell asleep very late that night, and I usually don't have trouble falling asleep. It happens sometimes and it really sucks, but if I do the right things, I usually don't have those problems. But this night I had that, and I just couldn't fall asleep. Just all of these thoughts came up in my head. I thought to myself, like, if I'm not going to fall asleep right now, I could be doing something a bit productive. So I started talking to myself in my head, started having this conversation. And I'm not sure if I'm just crazy, but sometimes I can have these conversations with myself or play out these scenarios in my head. And I started like have this conversation. This was also the thing that was stressing me a bit, which got my heart rate pumping and just the feel of panic and wanting to flee that thought. And that's always a good sign that, yeah, this is something which is actually stressing you and something you should probably face. And the thought was the same which the previous video was about, that what should I do? How should I quit my school? How should I go about that? And how should I present that to my parents so that it makes sense in some good way? And how should I lay all of that up? And what should I do this fall? And how should I win? How should I become successful? And so I started having this conversation, and I felt like it was very good. It was very productive, and it was very good. So I thought, like, I don't want to miss this. I don't want to put all of this to waste, because I'm not going to remember this tomorrow. Like, there's no way. I'm sure that you have gotten the same thought sometimes. Like, this is a super great idea. I'm just going to try to remember this for tomorrow, and you never do. Like, write the good ideas that you have. If you are like me and you always get so many creative ideas right when you're about to fall asleep, write them down. I have probably like 100 ideas which I've gotten from when I'm about to fall asleep, written down in my phone, but I'm not the best at actually taking action at them later and looking at them. I'm not that good at that, but I'm good at writing them down anyways, so at least that's half. But to get to the point, I wrote this down, and I figured that I could actually read this up now. I'm not sure if it's any good. I haven't looked at it since then, so it can probably be quite bad, quite rough, and not make that much sense. It's usually like that when you're just writing down what you think. I should do my best and take a look. Well, I will also have to direct translate this because it's not in English. I have thought quite a bit now, and it may come as a shock, but I'm not going to continue my school. I'm quitting. I really thought this since the start and wanted to quit throughout this whole term, but have not gotten the courage to really do it. But it doesn't feel right, and it never felt right. I knew that I didn't want to quit, or that I wanted to quit. And I thought that if you know that the train that you're on is moving in the wrong direction, it's best to hop off as soon as possible, so that you don't go further along in the wrong direction. It's best to hop off as soon as possible. And I've actually written a reply to the person I'm speaking to, what they actually reply back. And I wrote it as, what are your plans for the autumn? You can't just go and do nothing. You have already done that for a year. What are your plans? And my reply to that is, yeah, that's a really good question. And if I'm being totally honest, I don't completely know, but I know what I want. And it's to start my business. I've known for a long time now, and really worked towards this for many years, that I want to start something. I don't want to go down this normal path of life, which most people do. I've known this for many years. And the reply to that, to the person I'm speaking to, is a corporation. You can't just start a corporation and that's gonna be great. You have to have some sort of idea. You have to know what you want to start it, and you can't just start. That's true. But there are multiple things which I want to do. Right now, me and my Indian guy is talking about a partnership. And we're in contact, and we are talking about building websites for businesses on Google, and building the website with AI and SEO, optimizing it and making that whole thing. I've also been researching and looking into video creation with AI. I've also been been looking into content and been researching and doing content for quite some time now, and also personal brand. And this may seem naive, but it's not just something which I'm coming up with out of the thin air, or some just Google search of this. This is really something which I've been working towards for 2 years, and really 5 years, depending on how you see it. But it's not some new interest of mine, and I know that those ideas, which I just talked about, I know that sounds diffuse, and I know that sounds unclear, and non really something of substance, but I know that I don't want to continue. And that was the whole thing that I wrote down. I didn't think that it was completely bad. It actually was better than I thought it was, because usually when I have all of these ideas, I write them down and I look back at them and they're quite terrible. But this didn't sound that terrible. It actually felt quite genuine, quite from my heart, and really the thing which I want to say. The one thing which I still feel is unclear to me and didn't sound very convincing is the part where I actually speak about what I'm going to do, what the thing which I'm going to start is, which is very unclear. As I said, I have this potential partnership with this Indian guy. Indian guy, I'm not sure if that's offensive to say, but he's from India, so I don't think that's offensive. So I'm not sure what that thing is, and that's the thing which I've been struggling the most throughout these 2 years, as I said, and the 5 years also, that I'm not completely sure on what exactly it is that I'm going to be doing. So just try a lot of things and see what sticks. I think is the best method, but that can be time consuming and hard and stuff like that. But I've definitely talked enough right now. Hope that was good. I felt like I got onto something at least now towards the end of this video, and that text was actually quite the thing which I wanted it to be. So thanks for watching once again. I really appreciate everyone who watched this. I'm not sure how many people there are. The last 10 videos have been averaging like 3 views, which I still appreciate everyone who watches that. And the goal with these videos are not to generate some massive audience. It's just a documentation, and that's that. So I'm not going to take up any more of your time. If you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, if you have something to say, leave that in the comments and I will get back to you, and we can have a little conversation there. Until next time, take care, and as always, accomplish great things.